know they hurt you. You know going back would wreck your peace again, and you still miss them. Not a little, not in a way you can logic away. You miss them in your chest at 2 a.m. when nobody is watching. That is not a flaw in your judgment. That is your body still running a pattern it mistook for love. Because if you still miss them, part of you starts rewriting the story. Maybe it was not that bad. Maybe you were too sensitive. Maybe the good parts meant more than the damage did. Maybe if you miss them this much, it must have been real. That is how the bond survives, even after the relationship ends. Not because it was healthy, because the pain never stayed long enough for you to fully decide to leave. It always got interrupted by just enough warmth to pull you back in. You're not just missing a person. You're missing what the pain taught your body to crave. The message after the silence, the warmth after the coldness, the apology after the damage, the rare, soft version of them that made you believe this was finally going to change. You are the person who kept trying to earn clarity from someone who kept feeding you confusion. And every small moment of relief hit harder because your body had already been bracing. That is why the attachment felt deeper than it should have. It was not love getting stronger. It was your tolerance for pain getting wider. Because the real trap was never just the pain. It was the hope. Hope that this version of them was the real one. Hope that if you explained yourself better, loved harder, stayed calmer, asked for less, forgave faster, waited longer, something would finally click and they would become safe. That hope kept the bond alive long after the truth was already visible. That is why leaving does not always feel like relief. Sometimes it feels like withdrawal. On paper, you are finally out. But inside, part of you is still waiting for the next message, the next apology, the next emotional return that used to make the pain go quiet for a minute. So now, calm feels unfamiliar, predictability feels flat, and silence feels louder than it should. You replay the good moments. You miss them most when life gets quiet. You start grieving the version of them that only appeared in flashes. Not because that was the real relationship, because being hurt and then briefly soothed trained you to chase the moments that interrupted the pain. And when those moments disappear, your mind does not just miss the person, it misses the possibility. It misses the version of the story where staying finally paid off. That is the grief nobody warns you about. You are not mourning what you had. You are mourning what you kept building in your head. You do not miss what the relationship was. You miss what your hope kept asking it to become. What do you actually miss more, the person or who you thought they were going to become?